Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Thursday, June the 5th. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you subscribe, if I get 1,000 subscribers, I can do live streams. That would be fun. Alright, so this is the article that Leo was working on in The Spectator, but the editor keeps cutting him off. Here's Leo. He's leaving Marlena a message. He says, "Look, I know you got lots of friends and family around you, but I care about you and I'm thinking about you, and I just wanted to let you know, I'm here if you need anything." It was really sweet. Here's Gabby, still going on like a maniac because her daughter was gone all night and didn't let her know. Well, she did just turn 18, so I guess I would have probably been worried too. Rafe comes in. He has not seen Ariana since she's been back yet. They're hugging and talking, and he's like, "Look at you all grown up." And she's like, "Well, I'm glad you see it. Mom still thinks I'm a kid." So she ends up going out because she's going somewhere. And Rafe tells Gabby, she's not playing with dolls anymore, Gabby. She's 18. I think you're just going to have to go with the flow. And this is Dougie 3, whom I adore. And he's on the phone to the people blackmailing him, basically, for money. And in walks Holly, and he hadn't seen her for a few days. And she's there to tutor him or whatever it is she's doing. I forget. Something to do with something. And in walks, what's her name? Ariana. Well, he hurries up and gets back over to the bar because it's like he feels guilty for sleeping with Ariana because he likes Holly. But Holly and him are just friends. Turns out Holly and Ariana went to school together. Holly's seeing her, is like, "Hey girl, what's up?" Something like that. And so she's telling her about what's going on and how her mom's being crazy and this and that. And then she ended up leaving because she heard about Tate's grandpa. So she runs to Tate, and as soon as he opens the door, she said, "I just heard about your grandpa. I'm so sorry." And she just, hugged him. And then they talked about how they were missing each other. And then Sophia called him and texted him, told him she was on her way over. So, Holly ends up saying, "Yeah, well, I got to go too." So he said, "Well, I thought you and Dougie were, doing good." She's like, "We're friends. We're still doing friends, just like we always have been." So Kat goes over to drop off some kind of little snack at Marlena's. And she's talking to Tate. And she's looking on the fireplace and sees a picture of Sammy and says, "That woman looks very familiar for some reason." I don't know what the connection is. That's all they said about that. So Jennifer and Jack, two of my favorite peeps, are back in town because of John, for the funeral and stuff. And Jennifer's got a rock up her butt. She don't want Chad having anything to do with the cat. And that's what Julie's doing, is telling her about, they're going skydiving today, and she's having a fit over it. And they also talk about Dougie 3 stealing the necklace, and Jennifer's trying to find it, but, Julie doesn't seem like she's worried about it too much. So she's telling Julie, "I cannot believe he's skydiving with that woman. Chad needs to stay away from her." Alright, got your butt in a knot. You need to unwind that. So Chad's talking to Leo, telling him, he's doing a good job with what he's writing about John, and he'll call the editor and have him loosen up and let him put two more paragraphs in. And, Leo is just surprising us all. He's stepping up and being a responsible person. And there he is. Jack comes in to see him, and Jack tells him he just wanted to come and tell him what a good job he thinks he's doing, because Jack and Jennifer still own half of the paper, and Chad owns the other half now. And he said, "You're definitely an asset to this newspaper, and your mother must be proud." And that's when he's telling him, "I don't speak to my mother." And they have like a little bit of a bonding moment. And Jack is definitely someone who's into second chances and forgiving. So he comes home, and Jennifer's going off. He says something wrong. She says, "You wouldn't believe what Chad's doing." And we didn't get to hear her little bitch session today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Make sure you subscribe and like.